Hello. Okay. These are just helping me balance the heart chakra again. Every day. It's opening fast at the moment. Just wanted to do this video today because I was actually going to stop doing them, but I keep being shown to read out some more of my writing, so whoever's watching these, it's helping them in some form. Well, everyone's adding in their own little bit, and then people take what resonates anyway. But yeah, I've just been like practicing reading these again because I wrote some of these last year, around this time last year actually, when I first came here. Started, squatting in my mum's loft like a homeless person because of all this shift, but starting to level out now. I mean, I'm lucky enough because I always could take my art and do it wherever I was anyway. So no matter where I go in the world, as long as I've got paints or some kind of instruments to create, the dimensions, artists create dimensions. You've got to remember that. Like, artists create worlds. We're working with the dimensions. So, yeah, my whole life has been like decoding and my perspective. Like every room I walk into ever since I was quite young, I literally view everything like I'm drawing it. So I'm always taking apart the dimensions and stuff when I'm walking around. Day to day, I'm taking colour, shapes, form. And that is how the human structure works. Is our foundations of frequency, shape, colour and light. And obviously gases, plasma, add in the little bits, but the actual formation. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to show you a few more things in these bits. I've had this one for ages, like years and years, and I sometimes just fancy taking it. Like I said, I open them at random pages, but it's just like random things. So like when I was living in London and when I was like managing one of these bars up there, and I lived upstairs, and every time I'd walk around like Central, sometimes I'd just sit down for like 10-15 minutes and I'd just draw out my sketches. And this is one of them. It says like find your inner peace. And apply for the tax, like customs, and it was actually like it was a TV advert or something, and it was in this like bus stop as a poster, and yeah, it said find your inner peace and apply for tax. I mean, like some of the ones you'd get around the tubes and stuff are just ridiculous. I'd always restructure them in my head and write them out. So yeah, this is what I was going to do, a painting on that. So a lot of my ideas for my paintings and my stuff. Another one was when I was sitting in Trafalgar Square, and this cab went past and it had like something about the internet and a train on it, and it was like stream, because a train steam or stream your line, and it had a train, and then I drew a picture of like a train like running off the tracks, so it was like full steam ahead. It was full stream ahead in the thing, and it was like full steam ahead, and I drew like a train that was like running down, and that was on the side of a taxi. So I just sit there and I just like almost flip everything and other way around. I really don't want this video to be too long because I know people don't like watching them. It takes me ages to upload it, which why I don't do them, because it stresses me out and I don't want to be stressed out while I'm creating. So this is why I'm just going to read out these quickly. I'm not sure what to read first. A lot of my sketches in here would be to do the elements as well. Okay, I think it's a bit messy. You can see my writing just really does just come out. So if I lose my place, bear with me. I like to read from my own. This is what I see about like typing and stuff like that as well, is that it's just black and white and it's already structured, whereas this, like my sketches, have energy lines in. So even when I'm reading back from this, I'm reading back from that captured emotional energy that I was creating from. It comes out like this quickly. Sometimes I read back through and I don't even know what it means. It comes out so quick in my head. Okay, I'll read. Actually, I think I'm going to read this other one first, then go back to this one. So there's a certain order that I wrote them in. This one's even messier. Earth, heart, smart. They all contain art, by the way. This is something I always use. The five senses. Roughest forms of stone is beauty worth understanding. The woman's garden of Eden, she grows from within and without all of us. Once I grew, I knew. Electricity bolting from my calves, literally running inside me free. But always where she's meant to be. I don't own a phone. The earth is my home. See, we are all fine instruments, highly out of tune. It doesn't take long just to find a song you like that makes you feel proud to sing loud. After mental health want to take me, and I see. All I do is refuse your hormone pill because it makes me ill. And I'm gay, I don't need it, okay? What can they say? Endometriosis is atrocious. Your estrogen will not win a part of me. I am purity. The Flower of Life project I bring to England. Cambodia is kind. For when I eat from her land where I stand, my hair soak up them golden rays. I feel better ways. And my hammock there was divine days. It's a fascinating memory structure from the sun's gaze of almighty rays. Why should we refrain? Stuck in reality of structured boxes. Think outside the box. My eyes only look in and out of them. Reality is what we intake, and a lot is fake. Turned to diamonds, every shape reformed, twisted, turned, burned, vibrated, levitated above, below. My every is wind, is fire, is desire to take the plant's frequency higher. The sun's light makes us bright. For your happiness I will always fight. With the feather of Isis, dust in every earth chakra. Upgrading, uploading, exploding excitement, but very still, very real. Everything I paint, the sky would always be the hardest, astonishingly yet breathtaking. Every day she changes. Every second she creates. Multiple places, multiple ways, each second taking me days. Everyone wakes up to this. How do you see your day? What tune does your instrument play? Power is to say so much with saying nothing at all. For my new song is silent, like my art, and the food plays a part. Tractors are an unhealthy vibration. Our food has to listen to this tune, then we consume. We consume the frequency of greed, stuck in rows run by stressed toes. Now, this now goes in a new direction. The coin spins away, the heart plows silent, and the energy is enjoyment. That's the first one. I haven't read that in a while, actually. Whew. It's quite strange when you read them back from like a year and they still have things in them, you know. A lot of vegans are taken away to mental health in the UK. We're actually in a mental health crisis here, and all it needs is the auric field balanced. I'm trying to take art out of schools here. I know now that Finland are just scrapping all the school subjects and they're starting to scratch, which needs to be done. So I'm glad they're doing that. A lot of the kids are very talented here. And a lot of them are neurodiverse, so I work a lot with neurodiverse as well because I'm dyslexic. Exceptional Individuals is a group in London. They work with ADHD, autism, Asperger's. These kids are very talented and they're actually not being accepted in schools because of the Ofsted grades, and a lot of them are feeling very depressed, and this is where the mental health is leading in, and they all want to do art or music. If you gave them art or music, you know, they soar, but they're trying to stamp on it here in London and just outside in England because of all the earth energy lines here. And these people with ADHD and that, their minds, they work in so many different layers of consciousness already. I bought, one thing I did want to mention is, so I've been mucking around with like the charity shops here, because I live in like a little village, so it's mainly like countryside here, and like we're not far from London Victoria. I'm like 20 minutes on a train from London Victoria, so I'm probably like quite close to London without all the crap, you know. It's like all country. Actually, a lot of Greenpeace is here. They won't let people build on this land in Kent, just on the outskirts for some reason. And so it's quite a rich kind of area, but I'm in like the more like mum and kids like kind of housing bit. But just outside there's like a lot of big houses with land and stuff here. We actually just won a petition. They were trying to get like 800 houses built just over one of the fields over there, even though Greenpeace doesn't let many people build, and everyone put 25 grand in all the area around here to get them out, and we won, which was nice because you don't normally. So things are changing. And the charity shop, like something weird's been going on with the consciousness there, this area, because I'm here most days working with the land here and that, and like the kids have been doing the stones still. I collected this one the other day, which I thought was nice because I used purple and diamonds, and the kid had painted on purple and diamonds, so it just showed the images we put into the subconscious where we are is actually affecting people that can connect to it, like the children and stuff. But yeah, so I was looking for one of these money plants. I liked it because they grow without attention. So like they grow from neglect because they're used to deserts and stuff. They're more like cactus plant, and they grow like equally like that as they go up. So I just like the way they only grow from sunlight. You don't really need to water them. I just thought they were pretty cool, how they get their energy source. So I've been playing around with them, and I was trying to find one in like Lidl. Went to all the supermarkets, couldn't find one. And then I went to the charity shop, and they've never had plants in there, and they had some out the front. So someone, because the way what you do, once these grow a little bit bigger, you just like, they grow bigger and then they grow arms like this, and you just cut the arm off and then you can replant it and it just grows again for someone else. So I wanted to grow them and then give them out to people. But they were in the charity shop, so I went around looking for them, and then I just sat here, and then I had a feeling to go into this charity shop, and they were all out the front. So someone else here that owns this plant had picked up on me asking for one, and they put them in there like the next day. This happened within a space of like 3 days. And then I also needed another book, like a journal, and this one appeared in the shop. I had a feeling again. I was looking for the journal, had a feeling, and it wasn't there the week before. A week later, a book, perfect, like handmade, exactly what I'm looking for from another country. And I like to just stumble across my books. I don't like to just go to a random art shop and buy one. I always have to have like a story behind them, and they're always random. So that happened. And then another thing was the incense. I can't buy incense here, and then someone put loads and loads of like new incense in there, and they burn perfectly. They're hand rolled, they're so well made, and they're exactly the smells that I like. And they appeared in the shop again, and the samples. I took so many samples because the ladies were giving them to me in there. And then it happened again. So this is the 4th time I've been in this charity shop, and I only go in there when I have a feeling to go in there. And this was in there. And I really was thinking about getting one of these, like making one or something. And this crystal was in there, and it was like £2. I put my feather in it because I didn't like this. They stuck it on there, but I didn't really want to get rid of it. So, and whoever had this was a writer, definitely, or like someone that was writing a book, or someone. I'm getting energy from it since it's been in my room. I know the energy really well in here now, and yeah. The energy changed since I had this in here, because the lady that runs this place has like house clearances, so it feels pretty weird actually in the shop. When I went in there, she just got a new load in. So yeah, I thought I'd share that because I just thought it was, you know, and someone else, another friend that I know here, also calls that the magic charity shop. So you can tell how the consciousness is starting to kind of form here. I got these in here too. These are like 50p. I'm still trying not to use money, but I always have a couple of quid here and there for getting random bits to help me with my art. So I got this in there. This is actually I got it to draw it and it fell apart. It's like a wooden puzzle. But yeah, I'm going to put it back together because I literally found one corner of it and the whole thing shattered. So, but putting it back together will help, but it looks a lot more difficult than what I thought, these magic puzzles. But I managed to remember straight away, so I drew what it looked like, and then from the drawing I've managed to... That's a quick sketch, it doesn't look great, does it? But yeah, I am going to put it back together. And then one more thing I bought as well that I was drawn to in there was this. Because I love optical illusions and stuff. Because you think of art as creating worlds. I mean, even this on here now. I don't really like squares, but I turn it to diamonds. It's a puzzle, so I was going to make it and then use it. But as soon as I opened it, I like the way the box opened too. But it had this inside, which I thought was really cool. And it's been actually playing on my mind the last few days. Illusion is the first of all pleasures, Oscar Wilde, and in the date. And when we start to think of illusions, this whole matrix is pretty much an illusion to the thalamus, the part of the mind in here that the eyes connect to, that processes hormones. And I'm starting to think now this could be part of my endometriosis, from where the fact that the psychic abilities are coming out and the pain I've been in. And I think it's just me, where I lived in Cambodia, you know, my eye intake was so different to coming back here, and there's so many people piled on top of each other here that aren't very happy and connected to the earth. And yeah, I'm starting to see my body in a different way now. Because a lot of people are getting prostate too. I know someone quite close to my family at the moment just been diagnosed with prostate cancer. And I started looking and it all links back to the thalamus again. And this person also is going through a bit of stress. So emotions, it's all linked to the emotional body. And the emotional body would be linked to hormones, and emotions tune our DNA. So, you know, the hormones are important, and this thalamus that processes information is key, I see in this now. Right, I'm just going to read the last one and then finish up because this video is an 18 now. Not that I like to live my life by time, but I can't upload it. I see that apple, the one that doesn't rot after 3 months at the bottom of the compost pot. Snow shines hers white. Here, have a bite. McDonald's farm, what a charm. Then them full-back pockets, they feel good, glowing, hanging with none of our plans inside. Well, I collide. What? Luminous UV painted apples on my tree. Yes, I see. I never missed out on her juice. I used to be hooked on cider. Bittersweet she may be. She helped years over my frequency. Clean now only because of me. With pride now I see her hanging, spinning. Slow, what a show. Displays all play to her juicy hue. Twirls in bliss. Yes, waiting for that kiss we won't miss. Half the time we will ask Big Ben, for he strikes right for the drop. The more almighty the beat, the more that we move our feet. Thanks, Liberty, for keeping everyone warm and bright, as your torch will only grow light. I mean that bolt of lightning in which you got struck 12/12, 2010 did help, my friends. The internet was boring then. The fun begins, it's all ribbons and rhythms and hymns, for sound is where this all begins, but sounds are silent, not violent, only violently clear. Some things need to disappear. I say boo to the ghost, I whisper boo to the ghost. I do play the violin and I ping her strings softly as Pocahontas's wisdom tree. Wind speaks, one drop of purple rain is plenty to ripple the water. As one ring grows, more follows in elegant wides. They all eventually collide. That's the circle of life. Who makes the rain? Who dares to dance in pure pain? Only makes you stronger when beauty is in the eye of the beholder. If you can see it, then it holds light. And no, it's not just black and white. I rhythm like I dance, always landing on paths very fast, very vast if moved fast. I still land on those trips, moving my hips, smiling my grips, music at my tips. And love only drips, steaming colour to seas mist, is abundance in bliss. Okay. Hey. Oh, one more thing I quickly want to cover. 21. Okay, 1 minute. I've got a few friends out. Some of them just come back from Morocco. Been collecting. I just wanted to show you a couple of these. Actually came in some well cute little ghetto box that looked like a homeless person in Morocco had gone out and dug these crystals and shoved them in. I'll show you. They were all like super glued to this. It's like cardboard with glass. It's really cute actually, the little box, but you can see that it's kind of made by a homeless person. They had these labels on. It was very cheap, but this proves that you can just walk wherever they went and just pick these bits up, man. Like very interesting. Again, like I always say, the quartz is programmable. The quartz is in all of this technology. It's programmable, and even when you like. Okay, so some bits, they're quite small. I've got another bit in here. He gave me these, my friend that brought them back. I don't know if you can really see, but they're kind of weird. Like, they've got this little tinge to them. Like, they're not, they're like lilac. They're not purple. They're not amethyst. They're not rose quartz, but it's got a tint of something in it. Can you see a little bit? It's like a tiny tint. I've put it next to rose quartz as well. This is quite a nice piece I've got. So you can see, I don't know if you can see there, which I found interesting. And then obviously like a lot of these colours, because they do a lot of the dyes and stuff in Morocco. So like if you look, these are actually like purple. I want to use these for, I'm looking at making paint pigment, because the Egyptians would use lapis to paint with, and they were big on the afterlife, obviously in the pyramids and stuff, and they would use blood and iron to produce. So if you think of us creating dimensions with artists, and then what you're creating it with, like the lapis vibrates in 3 ways as it is, and like this was another one from Morocco as well. Because if you think back in the day, like all the people that would have been in power used to wear purple, because that was the riches of the earth at that time, would be purple. And there's a whole thing about the colour purple. UV from the sun is purple. We need the purple here. If you look around where you are, not many people wear purple. They only use it on certain advertisements, you know, like Cadbury would use it on chocolate and stuff like that. View the purple and view the shapes. But I'm seeing now that if we made pigment from actual minerals rather than lab painting and that, it would change. It would change it. If you did it on the ley lines and stuff as well, and connected the masculine and feminine, you would balance, almost like tuning back into the earth properly. And yeah, so look, this is purple. So Morocco's rich, we know this. And one more thing, we had a lot of these as well. These look like the kitchen sides. You sit on the kitchen side. You know, the marble and that. So actually inside some of this is shiny, so it's holding bits of like, you know, like the rose and that would hold colour inside, like the colour, the hue. It has it inside these. So they're getting us to manifest like by like chopping meat and stuff in our kitchens, that they're still connecting to this as well as the technology. So these crystal grids, they need to be broken. I know they're being broken anyway, but yeah, it just showed me another thing staring into these. Like you can't actually, because when they put it on the kitchen side, it's level, you know, and it's shiny, and it looks very different when it's cracked inside under light, different lighting. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna finish up on that actually, because I don't want this to be too long. And I always have time for you, but not for this technology. Okay, lots of love.